Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start off with apologizing. I don't know when you'll see this video, but if you saw my mad dash run videos trying to just harvest, because we were predicted to have this storm Monday, then Tuesday, and it actually showed up on Wednesday and ended up, of course, being a couple of tornadoes that touched down. We are fine. But I am going to show you what transpired to the garden. So I came out and, sticks out. These sticks were up there in the corner. I started to clean up a little bit before I decided to do a video. They were up in the corner. They're down there. It is a little windy here today, so don't mind. I think we got about 8 or 10 alerts to go to the basement. And then my one and only firstborn son, well, he's not my only son, but the one and only, I should say. My son, Johnny, had called and said, one had touched down, I think a half a block from his work, which is the same car dealership that was damaged up here. If you saw that on the news or past previous reports. So his boss told them all to get out of there, which he did. He did get home safely, and then he was watching the weather and trying to make sure that his mama was okay. So the house is standing. Jimmy refused to go into the basement. He said there's no need to. This house is very sound. So it did skip over us, and we got winds like you wouldn't believe and rain. So let's show you the damage. I started cleaning up some. I literally had a marigold that was ripped out of the ground. All my zinnias flopped over here. This is my Lasiato kale. That's my dinosaur kale. That was toppled over, but I put more dirt and it is standing up. I don't know what's going on with this, but I have edamame over here, and this looks absolutely terrible. So if anyone knows anything about this, should I just harvest it for the seeds? Because the other ones over there look okay. They might be ready to be harvested. I tried to put this zinnia up, but it's not working. And obviously, yes, I do want to save my plants. So I planted them for fall, for the bees and the pollinators. And this entire patch of zinnias, you see all the sticks, they were completely out and down over there on the grounds. I did see Garden State Gardener Joe's comment. This is Thursday. And his comment wrote, I didn't know that I was in the path of these tornadoes, but apparently we are. So, like I said, we're blessed. Everything with the house is fine. No flooding and no tragedy that way. So I just figured I would show you why I was doing the mad dash, because, So, down zinnias, I had to try to stake them. I tried to stake them up as best as possible. I mean, they were all the way out. I had to put a stake over here to hold that up. So that is that area. My chamomile, I don't know if it's going to survive now. Right there. Because it was out there. So I dug a hole, planted it back in, picked off what was on it. Just have to hope for the best. And then I have down sunflowers, of course. What else is new? And this is really, really strange to me. Jimmy gave me this cinder block that was used for, I guess, like the chimney of the house, because I initially started an experiment that went bad. I had it in a different section, and I planted Ashley cucumbers in there, and they just didn't do well. And then he gave me this one to use as well. This cinder block was on top of that one, and it's now moved. And I know you can see my shadow. I'm sorry. So, yeah, sunflower that's down. 2 of them over there. That's spin anyway. Oh, and just to boost my spirits, I mean, just go with it. Hey, John from Will It Grow, take a look at this. You have a 12-footer. Follow me, buddy. Follow me. All the way up to my Jack and the Bean stalk. 14 foot high. It started off 12 and it is 14 foot high. So I think I beat you in the sunflower department, my friend. And then look at this, ripped right up out of the roots. It was over here. Let me get out of the shadow. It was out of here. I just cleaned this up a little bit to put the brick back down. And as you can see, I am trying to harvest some flowers. So let me remember that they're there, but completely with the root out. And there it is, which was still alive. I think one head was ready to be picked, or two little ones. So that's that. That was down. And then let me talk about this. Okay, my zucchini plant was completely out of the bed. I tried to fix it the best I could. This is zucchini, squash, whatever you want to call it. Do you remember when I did that experiment in a little 2x4 area, and then I expanded this? I think I got 15 pounds of potatoes on that little experiment, which worked out well. This time I tried to plant them. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it of hilling them. I might not have pronounced it right, but I tried. And I harvested 50 pounds of potatoes. No lie, we weighed them. Left the pot right here. Completely, utterly forgot about it. And they were disgusting. Swimming in water, just gross. If I could explain the smell, ugh. So Jimmy disposed of them in the trash cans out there. And I thought my pumpkin was dead. And then I found it over there, still alive. So if it makes it great, it doesn't, it doesn't. I am getting some fresh growth because a lot of my strawberries got scorched to death. So that's still hanging, shockingly. So I had to clean that up. Potatoes, total waste. Total waste. I do not like wasting things. Here's something that's quite interesting. I'll try to stand near this so I'm not in the shadow. This is a sunflower where the head was ready to be cut off. Do you see that? There is no head. The head is gone. It's not over my neighbor's fence anywhere, just my watermelons going berserk over on this side. But there is no head, believe me, I looked. And then this watermelon here that was suggested for me to put in like stockings or pantyhose. I can't get this vine. Oh, there's my answer. Couldn't get the vine to come up anymore, and I was going to try, and this is going to be my second one that broke from the vine. So it is what it is at this point in time. I knew it because I could tell by the stem that it was barely hanging on. So I learned something. I mean, if I can't help it if it was on the other side of the neighbors. I think Jay lifted it and put it on there. But if it would have reached to the ground, it would have made it. The last one, you'll see a video on one, something similar happened to it, except this one's smaller. And yeah, this one I might just juice. I don't know. But my other one is down here looking like, I don't know, hopefully. Oh my gosh, it's not connected. No way. Ugh, what a trying gardening season. I will say that. It literally broke the watermelons right off at the stem. Let me check this big one back here and see if the stem is still attached. And it looks like it is. And that might be ready for Labor Day. So that one's still there, thank goodness. And I guess one is better than none, right? But, let me see. Thought I had another black one. There's this one. There's another little baby black one there. But I could have sworn I had another big black one, and I can't seem to find it at the current moment. So, you know, we can only do what we can do. We cannot control Mother Nature, and I will definitely say that this has been a very trying gardening season for me this year, but I still have produced buku amount of food. And when I see something as beautiful as that, it makes me happy. So it's somewhere around, hopefully. Let me look around in here. I don't know. They'll appear when I'm not looking. Sunflowers down. I think it's time to just call it season over with tomatoes, because look at how much further they are. It pushed the trellis up against the sunflower. They are completely out. So tomato bed literally is destroyed this time. And you know what was weird? The ends had tomatoes, plants that were sticking straight up, and it's just done. D-O-N-E, with tomatoes all in there. So yep, but I did get a lot of tomatoes, so gotta be thankful for something. I just don't like wasting food, and I'm really mad at myself about the potatoes. Luckily I did harvest my butternut squash, acorn squash, that was on this side, my zucchini. No, what did I harvest? Spaghetti squash, butternut squash, acorn squash, my red acre cabbage and my green cabbage, and just decided to put some beet starts that I had right there. Thank God I absolutely did that, because the thing was growing like crazy and it had a lot of squash bugs, and it was trellising over to this trellis. These zinnias got a little blown and beat up, but that's okay. Cucumbers hanging on. That sunflower right there needs to come down. And then I've had a lot of down peppers. I have been out here trying to clean up. I mean, these were completely out of the bed. I don't know, they literally got wind blown to the point where I don't know what's what. You can see in here. Is that a stick? No, it's a pepper. These are so entangled now, I don't even know what's what. And I just harvested it. So there's a big gap here. I have to figure out what pepper plant is what, and then try to stake it up. I've staked up all of these. I've used every stake that I have available to me. So yeah, tomato bed just done. This basil, not too bad. The other basil was blown out. Okay, let's talk about this. This half of the rattlesnake pole beans and the red Chinese noodle beans, lima beans not so much. I was over here picking them off. I guess I'll use them for seeds, so it won't be a total waste. But I still have lots of beans. But in a rush panic, the bush beans and the Kentucky pole beans did not make it. I quickly amended the soil. It's not going to be perfect. Just cut me some slack. I planted some Swiss chard there. Then there's a row after it of the pink Swiss chard. This is slow bolt arugula. That's what I had. It didn't get destroyed from the storm. And then from there out, I planted some seeds. Over here, I think, is some more Swiss chard. And then this is all Boston Bib lettuce. So I quickly amended the soil and fixed that. And that's only because I had a couple starts that I started and quickly put that in there. So that's beginning of fall. And yeah, look at these tomatoes. It's a done deal. And look at the size of this head for sunflower seeds. Just look at it. This head is enormous. And I guess when Jimmy gets home, we're going to be removing some sunflowers, and I'm going to weigh that head because I think I'm going to turn them into branch sunflower seeds. But this bed is done. I mean, look at the size of the tomatoes still. Unbelievable. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm grateful. I got a lot of tomatoes. Still has blooms. God only knows what's under there. I'll just pick everything. So that's weird that the bush beans didn't make it, but the rattlesnake pole beans and the other beans that you can actually see on the trellis. I'll get closer. The head is down, yet it has 2 blooms, so that's a little strange. See? Here's some bush beans that were left here. And there's a few on there. Thank God I harvested a lot the other day when I was on the Mad Dash run. But as you can see, there are beans and some for seed right there. So this made it, and that did not make it. So no more bush beans on that side. I don't even see anything on this, but they were like flattened literally and hanging out of the bed. I might leave this just to see what it does. I'm sure I could probably still plant some beans, but I'm just mentally exhausted. You know, I moved, and then it's just been such a trying gardening season, and next year it'll be better, God willing, because I don't have to build a brand new garden, as Jimmy would say. So yeah, that survived. The trellis is still standing. That, not so much. That's the first tomato bed, and we got to stick out, and tomatoes all down on my flowers. And if someone can tell me the name of this, because my daughter tried to insist that this was a weed, and I knew it wasn't. It's not done on purpose, my friends, but pretty sure I saw this in Cosmic Cultivators. Is it Amethyst? On their video. So, Amanda, I told you it wasn't a weed. So yeah, this is all out, and this is where I'm still getting Roman tomatoes, things of that nature. Let me see. And my Mr. Stripies are in here. So I'm just going to try to work with this front bed, and yeah. But this is, look at the size of the bumblebee. When I talk about the bumblebees, it's because I have an allergic reaction to bumblebees, but not to any other bee. Do you see the size of him? So the last thing I want to do is get stung, because I don't have anything emergency-wise. Look at the baby compared to the big one. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see if I can get this. I want to get him. I don't know what kind of bumblebee that is, but he is huge. And it is windy here today, so I'm sorry about that. So overall, just some disappointments per usual. But some people are cleaning up trees and things like that, and the water is very rough today. Really, really rough, but that just astonishes me. We have the umbrella laid down on the grounds, and that's up. So I'm trying to clean that up. I'm trying to clean all this up. And I still have peppers that I have to harvest. The hots, I never got to them that day. But you can tell, because I showed you how tall my pepper plants were. And yet, some of these are not looking so good. I might have to put a clip, because I think that goes to that one right there. So I have to fasten this up, and let's go take a look at, they're just so like mixed in, it's just hard. It's just hard. This bed seems to be okay. There was a few that were out that I needed to pin up, even on this side. And I had to use a big stake for this one, because this is the Gigantea jalapenos. So I used a bigger stake for that. And let's see, this is the basil that's down. I wasn't really ready to make pesto yet, so I don't know. I picked the ones I thought were ready. There's another down pepper plant. It needs to be staked up right there. So I need another stake. So, well, I'll fix it when I can. So, buds still seem to be on there. Might have lost a few, but I think overall they're doing good. This fell. That sunflower. And hopefully it did not break my white. Oh no, guys. My white eggplant needs to be fastened a little bit differently. I have you on just in my hand, not on the tripod. But my white eggplant is down. So I'm going to have to try to figure something out as far as that's concerned. I'll just leave it like that for right now. And then there's another one that's down right there. So this is why I did a mad dash run to try to harvest the things that were heavy, so that I could still have eggplants going into fall, peppers into fall. And I mean, Mother Nature freed me up a couple beds. And did I discuss this? This was the plant that had fallen. This is what the wind does. It literally bends the whole, like, look at that shift. Can you see that? So I'm gonna have to really try to push that down some more. Onions, carrots, they look a little flopped. So I don't know if I should just fluff them up. I have no idea. And then I think I told you about the back bed on the Mad Dash Run. So you'll see that video of me harvesting spaghetti squash, acorns, butternut squash. Only one that I didn't record. It's my acorn squash and my, what else was it? Oh, my green cabbage. But you'll see that in videos as I try to adventure into making some fermented. So that bed needs to be ripped out. That bed needs to be ripped out. These need some more staking. These need to be better staked, even though these were up straight. I'm turning you that way because that is initially how I had it, nice and straight. So, you know, just annoying. But I can't do anything about Mother Nature. We have to take the good with the bad. I'm still blessed, honestly, because I have had an amazing gardening season. And I don't know what is up with that Oswald over there. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's go over and take a look. It doesn't look right to me. Not sure if the plant got damaged. I have to crawl under here because my nasturtium plant is like crazy. Okay, this is actually firm. That's why it is completely not even near the stick. Do you see that? See when I let it go? So they are being affected from that. So let me lean you right here and see what I can do about this. Maybe the stake needs to be in the front. Bring this up a little bit better. I'm trying not to touch the top of the plants. Get all the buds. So, let me see. Okay. It's up there. Hopefully it's just going to change colors because it looks a little funky, but it's not soft at all. So, this is another one that is bent. Ay, ay, ay. I'm just going to get out of here because I have eggplants that are down. It looks like this one snapped. I don't know if I will damage the plant by actually, ouch, by actually cutting it off right there. Just not sure. I don't claim to know everything. I just like to garden and teach people how to grow food. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get in here and look at the gap. This is how bad the wind is. If it's taking your eggplant and keeping it away from the stick. See this? Okay, so I have a lot of work to do in the eggplant bed if I want to save it. And I have to get all this down, leaves and buds, and get it out of the bed because it's not good for it. So as much as I should be preserving peppers that I harvested, I need to fix the damage out here first. Sorry, that would be my thumb. I need to fix the damage out here first. I'm not going to worry about ripping those two beds out. I just can't today. I'm so spent. I'm exhausted. I absolutely didn't even feel good yesterday after, you know, doing the Mad Dash Run for 2 days. 2 days it took me to get as much as I possibly could before the storm took it from me. So not drastic. I don't know. I mean, it's bad, but it's not bad. If that makes sense. I'm doing the best I can, and that's all that we can do, right? So, yeah, just stuff all over, things blown all over. And that umbrella thing just ceases to amaze me. So, I don't know. This is my video, everyone, on storm damage. So sorry that you had to listen to me talk about storms coming. And first, like I said, they said Monday. And I rushed. And then they said Tuesday. And I did herbs on Tuesday. And then bingo bango Wednesday was a couple tornadoes that touched down. But just so happened to pass us. But if you know anything about that, it doesn't really pass you. It comes with a lot of rain and a lot of winds. So I can't even get in here in the middle. So that is my video today. I just don't know how much of a fall garden I'm going to do. So since some beds are destroyed, and I'm definitely going to need help to get that out, that might have to take till this weekend, I want to plant like parsnips and more beds of carrots. So yeah, you know, I'm just going to suck it up like a big girl. Pull my big girl panties on. And I just can't get over this. Cannot get over the size. And this is why I grow sunflowers, for the beauty and so that the bees have something to eat. I wish the wind would stop for a second. Ooh, never mind, he just moved a little too close to me. And I'll say this again, I think he's back. I am allergic to bumblebees. So I think it's absolutely beautiful though. I love feeding the bees. And I'm going to do the same thing next year. And I did have a pretty good ecosystem back here. I just need some praying mantises. But overall, we're alive, and that's the most important thing. We're alive. We survived yet another tornado. And I can't even see to pick tomatoes. Because, not that I didn't get enough tomatoes. You don't want to let them go to waste. But I love you all. And there's the update and why I acted like a crazy person and sounded all frazzled, and this is why. So I'm going to just go around and clean up what I can, and what I can't, I can't, and that's it. That's all we can really do. So I love you all. This is the update. And thank you, Joe from Garden State Gardener. I was hoping that you were well. I literally watched that storm from Jersey, from my front steps. So I hope that you're okay, my friend. Thank you for, you know, saying that you didn't know that apparently we're in the path of all these tornadoes. So I am safe. I hope you and your family are safe. I hope your garden is okay, Joe. And love you, my friend. And love you all. And I will see you on the next video. God bless everyone.